Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, The Crazy Life with the DeVores Wild Fam. Haven't posted in a little while. We have been super busy working on our yard. So first off, I just wanted to say thank you. It was anonymous. We got a gift card to Lowe's. And the card just said, "For your yard, to do as you please. Hope it brings you much joy and happiness." And it really did. So we did a lot of work cleaning up our yard, had some ideas, we put them into action. And the gift card helped us be able to create the vision that I had in my head. So we are not done. I still have to plant my garden and I still have to put my wildflowers in. But the garden box is set up where we want it. We're going to put up a little fence around it. So we still have a lot of projects to do, but I thought I would show you guys what we did. And then I don't have any appointments today until 4:30. I just have to take Cooper to his class, and I do have to take my daughter to work later on, but I have some time to plant some of my seeds and to put all the vegetables into the garden. We're just doing a very small kitchen garden, a container garden this summer. Maybe next year we'll have a little bit of a bigger one, but we really cleaned up our front yard and it looks so beautiful, you guys, and I'm so excited to share it with you. But first I'll show you what's going on with the garden and how we're going to be moving our little greenhouse back and what we plan on doing with the fence. I need to get some paint for it. Comment down below when you see it what color we should paint it, if we should just leave it white or if I should paint it maybe like a fun yellow or a blue, or I like color, so let me know. And okay, let's get started. So here we go. We've got it set up and we've got 4 pieces of those fence back there that I can paint. So we'll put 2 in the back and then we'll put 1 here and probably 1 here. We're going to, the doghouse is garbage, it's going to the dump. It was here when we moved here. We're going to trim this tree because it's very much in the way. And then we were able to get a rototiller, just a small one. So we're gonna rototiller all up all this earth and smooth it down. And then we're gonna push the shed back, or not the shed, we're gonna push the greenhouse back to the fence. And then I can try to clean off this patio as good as I can, and I'll put the pink pool there because I'm going to plant my wildflowers in there. And I might plant wildflowers in the blue pool. I'm not sure. I think it's still good, so Kennedy might still be able to use it as a swimming pool this summer. And then I'll just keep this little table out here to use as a working space with the greenhouse. And I think it's gonna look really cute. So here's the vegetables we planted. We got some bell peppers, some kale, some jalapenos, tomatoes. I'm not sure what else we bought. I have to go look at my list. And then I do have a bunch of seeds, mostly like herbs and stuff. That some green beans that I can plant in my wildflower mix. It's the hummingbird one. That's gonna go in the pool. It's hard to see because of the sun. My gloves. I have some cucumbers in here, some sunflowers I'll plant, and with the rototiller I got some more wildflowers. Just, what's that, Swiss chard. I got a lot of seeds still left over from last year too, but I'll plant a few seeds, probably mostly just herbs because we're starting a little bit later because we had such a cold summer. That's why I bought plants like this. Very small this year, so, but I can put a lot of the herbs in the containers here. I don't know, I think it's gonna work out well. And where we had our wildflowers last year, up by the front of the driveway, we rototillered all that dirt up and got that ready because we'll be putting our wildflower seeds there also, because it just looked so pretty. It like just drew your eye to the house, and then the blue door. And okay, I'm so excited to show you the front yard. But okay, so this is this. I don't know how to talk, you guys, but if you've been with my channel long enough, you know that I'm always mixing up my words. part of my ADHD. Okay, so this is gonna be our little garden area. We thought about putting it over there, but the kids with the trampoline and friends and hanging up the clothesline, it's just easier to keep, I think, everything in one space. This tree is completely dead, so we're going to chop it off to about right there so I can still hang up my clothes. And then this one needs to be trimmed a lot. It's got a lot of dead pieces. I hung up my hummingbird feeder right there, but haven't had a hummingbird yet. Back porch is pretty much the same. With that gift card, I did purchase this beautiful hanging flower that I love so much. And I do want to go back to the Dollar Tree and get a couple more little fun signs, or maybe Kennedy will bring home some artwork, or the kids can just create me some artwork to hang up right there. Maybe I'll hang some like little, at the Dollar Tree they sell the little luau, what are they called, the lays. That would look really cute hanging up. But this is pretty much, all of this is pretty much the same. But look, they're already growing. Flowers are already getting bigger. I love flowers, and I love bright colors. Oh, and at the Dollar Tree they also have the little bird houses that you can paint. So I need to go get some more. I need to get some paint for the rocks, because we had an old fireplace, like a chimney, that was just decoration, and so when they put the new roof on, they knocked it down, so we had tons of what are they, river rocks, so the kids could paint those up. And we actually used a ton to decorate our front yard, which I'll show you in just a minute. I gotta get a hook for that little flamingo wind chime right there. He's just hanging on the light wire. That's probably not safe. Okay, so I didn't do it, my husband did. I could not use the rototiller. I tried, it hurt my hands too bad. And I do have a doctor's appointment on June 3rd, so that is good. Hopefully they can help me, but my hands really hurt, especially because we did so much work this weekend, but it couldn't be helped. We had to get it done. But this is all dug up, so I've got a few weeds to pull still and to put some new soil down. And then the wildflowers will be over here. Here's our big pile of rocks that we've been working with to decorate. Okay, you guys, I'm so excited to show you our front yard. It took about 2 days, and on Saturday we had all the kids except Tiffany, because she wasn't home. All of the kids helped, even my 16-year-old daughter, who hates anything to do with outdoors. It was actually part of her vision, because I was gonna put wildflowers in my front area like I did last year, and I was gonna put some like mulch and bark in the other area under the windows, which you'll see. And she's like, why don't you do that in the middle part too? She's like, I think that would look really pretty, and just keep the wildflowers out front. And I was like, you know, actually that's a good idea, because the wildflowers were actually really hard to maintain under the big pine tree, because they would keep growing out into the walkway, because they get really big, or at least they got really big last year. So I took her advice, and I took my son's advice, because he liked the mulch idea too. He's like, but how about instead of doing like just regular wood, let's do a color, something fun. And when we got the mail on Saturday and I got that gift card, I was like, okay, let's do this, but I need all hands on deck, because there were so many rocks and weeds in those areas that it took everybody working to pull the rocks out and hauling them out and then hauling them back in. And we got the ideas to line it with the rocks. It just took a lot of work. And then Sunday the kids were all busy doing other things, so it was just me and Adam out here yesterday working in the pouring rain. It rained all day yesterday, but we still managed to get it done. Okay, so here's what it looks like. How beautiful is this, you guys? This is a honeysuckle, so it will grow up this. And on these at Lowe's, they sell refills. So next year I just redo the soil, and then they sell the refills for these pots that I could just pop it in and they'll grow, and it'll be much cheaper than buying it like this, or cheaper than buying it like I did with all of my other flowers, where I potted them myself and had to buy all the individual flowers. So I didn't know they sold refills like that, so I was happy to see that. So I will definitely be doing that next summer. But we broke a little piece of this, so my husband's got to screw it back in. But we got all the weeds out of here, and then we lined it with the river rocks, and I think it just looks so pretty. We have a raspberry plant here. We had a raspberry plant over there that we had transplanted, but my 15-year-old was using the rototiller and he accidentally dug it up. But the raspberry plants at Lowe's were only $10.98, so we picked up one with another trellis that we could put. We're gonna grow it on this tree. Now this tree is dead too, so we were also going to chop it off to right there so that we can leave the birdhouse. And I'm going to be purchasing some black outdoor paint to paint the roof of the birdhouse black. And then I still have door paint and porch paint, and I'm going to paint the blue house the fun turquoise color, and I think that will look so cute. But I'm just so happy with the way that it turned out. And eventually these will need to be transplanted, but that will be easy to do. And then here's the front. We had that lantern last year. It's a solar lantern, so you turn it on, it flickers like a flame. It's really pretty. I'll have to show you guys what that looks like at nighttime. We got this, and I'm going to paint the bench the same color as our door as well. Look how pretty it is, you guys. I'm so happy with it. And last summer we bought new shutters. Well, it was towards the end of the summer, so it was too cold to hang them up. They're black. They match the roof, so we'll probably hang those up next weekend. Can't do everything at once, so that is what that looks like. And then we did this side as well. And I thought it'd be fun to go to the Dollar Tree and get some of those little sticks with, like, you know, fun little frogs or flamingos on them to stick in here. Maybe a couple more solar lights. We even bought a strawberry plant. I hung that up there. My little solar kitty. Well, I got that little solar kitty for Adam for his birthday. And then just the rest of my plants that I potted, and I moved the wind chime. But everything's growing. I'm glad we didn't plant the vegetables yet, because I think we had our last freeze last night. I need to water those. So what do you guys think? I'm really happy with the way it turned out. And then once we get those wildflowers in, they didn't start growing until like the middle of July, so we got them in on Memorial Day of last year. So if I can get them in this week, I'll be a week ahead. But I think it just looks absolutely gorgeous. And I thought it'd be fun to get some, well, we have paint. The kids can paint a couple, not all of them, but they could paint a couple rocks just to add a splash of color and everything. But I'm very happy. It was a lot of work. I'm really bummed. I wish I would have taken before pictures. I'll try to find one of our summer videos from last year, because I had talked last summer about redoing this part of the house, but we just didn't have the funds. And honestly, we didn't have the funds this year unless we had put it on a credit card. But we're really trying to save the credit card to, like, well, we have one to Home Depot to use when we redo our basement. So I was just flabbergasted that somebody gifted us that. I mean, we still had to spend out of pocket probably close to $200 ourselves, but we had that budgeted for the garden. I've been budgeting that since like January. So the extra money that somebody gifted us, and I don't know who, so again, thank you, like, makes me want to cry, because it's been a really hard few months. I've had kids with different diagnoses, and I've had some depression myself. So getting out here, and even though it was raining yesterday and really cold, and just getting this done, and just the beauty of it makes me want to cry. Like, I know I'm so emotional, but it's just, this is our first house that we've ever owned. Me and my husband are both 45. I've moved a lot in my life. I've lived Southern California, Northern California, North Carolina. I've lived in Texas. Just apartments and townhouses and houses that we've rented, and little tiny houses where I was crammed in there, and I've had roommates. At one point I lived in my car for like 2 days. That's a long story. I've lived with friends. It's just it's nice to have somewhere to call home that's ours, that we can do what we want with it, to be able to grow a garden, to dig stuff up, to paint fun colors. It's a really nice feeling. I'm really sore today. Like I said, my hands hurt, my back hurt from, we got in a wheelbarrow and it came with a flat tire, so we had to take it back. So we had the dolly, we put a Tiffany's old bicycle basket in, and I was wheeling that back and forth with all those rocks, and some of them are really heavy. But most of these will need to be transplanted as well. And we need to get something to put the hose on so it just looks a lot neater over there. And we still have 2 bags of the red mulch. I thought about putting it out there, but then the wildflowers won't grow right. And the wildflowers are just so pretty, so I'll just save it for like to refill it if it needs to be. I mean, there's still a lot of work to do. I need to get our lawnmower fixed. Actually, our neighbor was kind enough. He's gonna send his son over that does has a landscaping business, and he's gonna come spray our lawn for the dandelions. No, I don't want to make dandelion salad. We have too many cats and too many dogs. I want the weeds gone, and then he's gonna spray it to make the brown patches grow back, because we had such a dry, cold winter. We didn't get a lot of snow this year. So hopefully the grass will come back. We got our sprinklers turned back on, and then I can put all the rocks back around the trees, and hopefully the grass comes back nice and lush like the first year we were here, and that'll look so much better. It's my neighbor's garden that they're going to be working in. So here's all, this was just decoration, so eventually that might come down. I don't know, I might leave it. There used to be a little gnome right there when we first moved here, but I don't know what the kids did with it. Comment down below like what I could potentially do with like this space, because it gets a good amount of sun and some shade. We were gonna put our garden right here, but because their garden does so good. But like I said, I wanted to try to keep everything in one place. Maybe we can rototiller this out and like do a little flower bed or something. I'm not sure. If you have any ideas, let me know. I don't know if I can afford this summer to go get more flowers to do that kind of stuff. But I mean, this yard has so much potential. The apple tree should grow back. It's a crab apple tree, but it should grow back nice because we trimmed it this fall. That was the day we went to the pumpkin patch and I tore out all my wildflowers. Whoever used to rent this house here used to have a garden here, the neighbor told me. I don't know, you can see what they lined it with, whatever this is called. But I don't know, there used to be raspberry bushes all along here. We had transplanted them because they were growing into the windowsills for the basement. This needs to come out. I don't know how we're gonna get that out. I don't even know what it is. It doesn't grow, it's just yuck. We need to get that stump out. That's a tree that we cut down. But I mean, it's a gorgeous yard, so it has lots of potential. Can you imagine if I could just fill this all with like flowers, or I was even thinking like rose bushes right here would be so pretty against the house. But it's a nice day after such a cold day yesterday, so I am going to get busy. Got like 2.5 hours before the kids all come home, so I can plant my vegetables. And probably won't be able to move this stuff today because my husband, he works longer hours when the weather gets warm. He works for Coke, so more gas stations and grocery stores order more soda, especially with Memorial Day coming up. But maybe this weekend he can rototiller all this out for me, and we can buy a paint color for the fence and get that put in. I know we need to get some like stakes to hold them down, but I don't think that's expensive. I need to look online to see if we have like a Habitat for Humanity or something around here where we can get things like that for free. I need to check the pool. We need to get all of that cleaned up and put on the trailer and taken to the dump. It's just all the old wood, rotted wood that we cut. But yeah, Only thing I worry about is squirrels and rabbits. It doesn't matter where you plant them because we have them everywhere. And actually, more than that, I worry about my dang cats. Like, they were trying to use this as a litter box. I don't know much. If anybody like knows, I know you can buy like deer spray to keep like your deers out of the garden. Is there stuff to keep rabbits and squirrels out as well? And is there stuff to keep the cats out? Because I'm going to put soil in that and they're going to think it's a big litter box. Although they left the front one alone last year, but I don't know. I think because it's a smaller area, they keep wanting to poop in here and it's really disgusting. Because last year they didn't use it, but I had planted herbs that my friend had grown already, so they were starts, so I was able to just put them in there, and then because there was stuff in there, they didn't touch it. But because it's going to be seeds, I don't know. So I need help with that, guys. Let me know. Pray that our lawn comes back. It's really sad. I know we're not the only ones on the street or probably in Idaho Falls, period, that is having this problem. It was just so cold and dry this summer. Actually, Idaho Falls is desert area, which is weird because we're a higher climate and we usually get a lot of snow. I mean, compared to like, other places, we still got a lot of snow this year, but for here it was not a lot of snow. And yesterday, even though it rained and it was cold, it was good. Like, we need the rain. The first summer that we lived here, we just experienced those, like, kind of reminded me when I lived in the south of like the southern rainstorms and thunderstorms. We got that here our first summer and I really liked that. It just, I don't know, I like summer storms. We never got that in California. In Southern California, it rains like February, March, you get a little bit of rain, then you get some green, and then everything, at least where we lived, was just really dry. We didn't live near the ocean there, and it was just really yucky. Like, it looked like this all the time, no matter how much you watered. And then there was like the water shortage, and you couldn't water your lawn. And in Northern California, where we lived, we just had a little tiny patch of lawn, so because it was a cookie cutter house, and so we didn't really have a yard. And my house in North Carolina the lawn was very green, but I didn't live there long enough. It was before I had kids. I didn't know anything about gardening back then. Texas, I really didn't leave my house, so our lawn, we didn't even have a lawn in Texas. That was with my ex-husband though, but okay, that was a tangent. So if any ideas, let me have them, and I hope that you guys enjoyed me showing you what we did. I was gonna record us doing all the work, but it's just too hard to do that. I need to figure out my camera. I'm back on my phone recording this. I can't figure out how to do the time lapse on my camera, but I'll try to find a video of last summer and link it so you can see what the front yard looked like before. All right, guys, I just love that flower so much. Chicken tendies, and I will talk to you guys hopefully soon. Bye.